and this is a little sidetrack from what I was originally going to talk about, but since she's sitting right here, I can't ignore the fact that we have a Scout Elf. And when Reagan and Riley's elf, his name is Elvis, and he lives at my ex-husband's house. I did a video. If you follow on TikTok, you know that I left all of the Christmas stuff and I took all of the Halloween stuff when I moved out of there. And with that left the house elf or Scout Elf, because I was like, I can get rid of this tradition. We can start new traditions at my house, that kind of thing. And, I was okay with it because I got tired of doing the elf. But then my teenage son was like, around like a little before Thanksgiving, was like, we're going to do an elf here, right? And I was like, oh man, I don't want to. But I was like, I don't know. Kind of like dragging my feet about it a little. But he was like, I'll do it. I'll be the maker of Christmas magic. And so I said, okay. So, we talked about the severity and the utter importance of being the maker of holiday magic and how this is a very special and important job. And so he was happy to do it and whatever. And he said, but he wanted a girl elf. You need to be a girl here, boy a dance. I said, all right, fine. So then I was like, okay, so you order the elf. How's the elf going to arrive? Like, how is Remy going to find out that we have an elf here? When Reagan and Riley were little, Santa made a special delivery to our house and delivered said elf, like with special wrapping paper, a sign, like a card, whatever. It was super cute. I'll try to find pictures. If I can find pictures, they'll be right here. But I don't know. It was adorable. And then, Reagan got home from school. She was probably maybe 3, I guess, when Elvis first arrived, which meant Riley was only 1, just about to be 2. And so Riley didn't totally understand, but Reagan did. And then she was real excited. Like, it was the cutest day. And so I was like, okay, well, we could maybe have something like that. Like, that's what the kids and I decided. Like, we were going to have Santa bring this thing. I was going to wrap it up nice, and Santa would make a special delivery to our house, the new Scout Elf. So Scout Elf arrived, and I hid her box in this kid. There's a cabinet right here next to my desk, just outside of the camera view, and there's a drawer on the bottom. And so I just shoved it in there because I was like, I can't leave it out on the desk. I don't have the wrapping paper. I got to do all this while the kids are at school. So not a big deal. The kids go to school, so I'll have time to do it during the day, except then that Remy got sick. And he ended up staying home from school. And I forgot the elf was in the drawer. So I was sitting here at the desk doing work, and Remy's like walking around entertaining himself. And he starts looking in the cabinet that's over here, and whatever, he's pulling out pens and paper, and he's going to draw. I'm like, cool, that's good. He's being great. And then I was sitting here doing stuff, and he's over here, and he goes, "Oh, Mom, look at this. Would you look at this?" And I look over, and he has opened up the drawer, and he's found the elf in the box. And I was like, what is that? So, my years of training as being the holiday magic maker have trained me and prepared me for said moment. So I was like, oh my goodness, what a weird place for Santa to put this bizarre special gift. What is this? What is in this box? And he was like, I think we got an elf. And then I said, you've got to be kidding me. This is amazing. So then I was like, why don't we just put this on the table and we'll wait until Reagan and Riley get home from school, because we don't want to open the elf. We'll just wait until they get home. And he was like, okay. So put it on the table. And then Reagan and Riley come home, and he's like, we got something for you. Santa delivered it. He's so funny. Santa's so silly. Put it in the drawer in Mom's office. So that's how we got our elf. He's so funny. And then So then, we read the book, we read the story, we're like reiterated the instructions. You can't touch the elf. Touching the elf kills the Christmas magic. There's some movie, I can't remember what it's called, but it's literally about that. A little boy touches the Scout Elf, and the elf almost dies. Like, he has to be in the hospital in the North Pole, being like resuscitated with chocolate milk or hot chocolate or hot cocoa, whatever they call it. And then like it's funny. So anyway, so we told that story to Ruby. Like, if you touch her, then she like almost dies, and we don't want our elf to die. So you can't touch her. So we're just gonna leave her alone. And he was like, oh, okay. So so then it was like, well, we have to pick out a name, and like Dad's elf is Elvis, so we don't want to be obviously not Elvis, and Elvis is a boy name, so we need a girl name. So I was surprised actually that he didn't really like come up with a name, because usually he names everything. Must have been too much pressure. So I suggested Ellie. And then I really thought he would do Scarlet, because he's been on a Minions kick, and Scarlet Overkill is the character in that movie, and he really loves her. And he like walks around talking about Scarlet Overkill. And so I figured that the red elf would be Scarlet, but so, and then he kind of like teetered on it, and also because like he got a lamp for his room, like a little Alexa light lamp, and he named the lamp Scarlet. So, which I guess maybe is why the elf's name isn't really Scarlet. But anyway, so for a few days we teetered back and forth between Ellie and Scarlet, but it is Ellie officially. That is what Remy calls her. So, and he loves her, thinks it's funny. Luckily, she did come when my dad was here, so Ellie was able to have the reconstructive surgery that Elvis has also had, where she has a skeleton system inside of her. She has wires, and she can be positioned in spots like this. And yesterday she was like climbing on the door. So she's weird. But anyway, so I'm grateful that she was able to have that surgery and surgical procedure, and that insurance covered it and all that stuff. And that she was able to have it before she was just like a limp noodle for this whole holiday season. It's much more fun when you can position them. So anyway, so that's the elf story. And I can't believe I just spent that much time talking about the elf. But I love Christmas time. I love the holiday thing. I mean, Halloween is my jam, but like I really love just the spirit of making all this like holiday fun, and it's just fun. We went and looked at Christmas lights. We had left one evening to go pick up a friend, but didn't end up needing to have to drive that friend anywhere. So since we were out, we were like, oh, let's go look around at Christmas lights. So so we did that, and it was super fun. And I don't know, I love it. There's something super, super awesome about driving around looking at Christmas lights. And it's cold, and everything is just fun and festive. And last night we watched Home Alone, which, well, one of my all-time favorites. Remy has seen it before, but of course he's only 4, so sometimes it's like he's never seen it. So that's how it was last night. He was real interested in it for a little while, and then he kind of fell out of interest with it for the middle of the movie, and then we were like, dinner was ready right about the time that that 9:00 bell rings, and Kevin has to protect his house. So we did a picnic on the floor, and everybody watched Kevin protect the house, and it was fantastic. Remy enjoyed it thoroughly. Reagan, Riley, and I loved it as usual. So, and then obviously we need to fit in Christmas Vacation at some point. I got Remy a t-shirt that says, "Are you serious, Clark?" Which just makes me laugh. So, anyway, so those are our Christmas things. Holiday Christmas movies that we have to watch are Home Alone, the first one, none of the others. Okay, stick to only the first. And then we also always have to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because it's just a classic. Why is the carpet wet, Don? And then There's so many. Oh my gosh, there's so many good lines in that movie. So, first time Reagan saw that movie, we lived in Nashville and we were watching it as a family. And like, you remember the part with the cat underneath the chair, and then like, I'm dying laughing, and Reagan goes, "Oh no, is the cat dead?" And then they pull up the chair, and it's like the fried cat outline on the floor, and I'm like, yeah, the cat's dead." So, so funny. We'll always remember that moment whenever I watch that movie. But God, I love that one. So we'll have to watch that soon. Elf I like, but I can live without it. Like, it's not a requirement for me every year. It's fun, and there's some funny one-liners and stuff in it, and I quote it quite frequently during the season. But I don't really feel like it doesn't make my like short list. The Santa Claus I do like. Tim Allen, I'm not sure that I feel like watching the newest Disney reboot. They keep rebooting everything and it's annoying. But the Santa Clauses, 1 and 2, 3 sometimes. Is 3 the one that has Martin Short? I don't really love that one, but the first 2 are fantastic. And then Reagan and I watched Love Actually last night. Which I forgot how fantastic that movie is. That is really one of the greats. And even though it is technically a Christmas movie, I don't really consider it a Christmas movie. I'll watch that any time of the year. And then Die Hard, of course. So we'll watch that at some point too before Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve. But anyway, those are our movie traditions. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out. I'm trying to think. I love to see snow. Snow is one of my winter kind of bucket list, checklist things. I don't always get to see it. Sometimes we've gone to the mountains for Christmas and it's been like 60 degrees. And that's, it's still the mountains, so it's nice, but it's like, I just want like a white Christmas. Last year I had a white Christmas. It was freezing. And it snowed a ton. So it would be nice if that happened again this year, but we'll see. And then Christmas, like December, is always so busy, but it's also always defined in my life or in my mind by baking, holiday baking. I'm not much of a baker. I love to cook. And like playing around in the kitchen makes me super happy. This afternoon I'm going to mess around with some egg-free ranch dressing recipes. So hopefully I am successful in that endeavor, but that's not inherently Christmas. It's just something that I want. So, but I do like baking around the holidays and like eating everybody else's baked goods. So we've done, what have we done this year so far? I made chocolate covered Oreos that looked like little ornaments, chocolate covered Oreos that looked like candy canes. Those Remy had to take to school. The ornaments were for a party that we went to. I'm sure Reagan will be making her chocolate chip cookies a couple times. We will do sugar cookies for Christmas Eve, egg-free, of course. And I need to figure out how to do an egg-free royal icing dressing. Or royal icing. So that I can do like cute cookie decorating like my mom does. But royal icing has egg whites in it, so I'm really not sure how to pull that one off. If you are listening to this or watching this and you have any ideas or suggestions for alternatives or substitutes for the royal icing recipes, like where they use the egg whites, I'm all ears. I would love to try. I had one recipe, but it makes it really runny, so it's very hard to do like the like a design on there. It was difficult to make it thick, but it was delicious. But it was very runny. So that'll be something that we try to explore too, because I really do want to figure that out. I think that would be so much more fun for the cookies. And then like I usually will bake peanut butter blossoms, which I totally love, and I can do those egg free. And sometimes we'll, but the boys don't eat them, so usually I just make those the regular way. But I might do them again egg free this year, just because I really don't have any egg at all, any egg product in here. Try to keep this kitchen as egg free as possible. And I think that's it, probably. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to like eating some of the food that my friends are gonna have this weekend. We've got a couple church things going on. The teenagers, the youth group has what they call a progressive dinner, which is like 3 families host, and they host a different part of the meal. So somebody's got the appetizer, somebody has the main course, and somebody has the dessert. And then the group travels from house to house, and they play like games and whatever at each place and eat and have fun. And, it's like a 5-hour meal. And so that's going to be fun to go participate in and experience this year. Previously, we've just sent the kids off, but this year I'm driving. And then, so yeah, I'm pretty much looking forward to that. And then Remy's got a couple parties next week at school, which I need to make some cupcakes for, and I need to make egg-free waffles. So the rest of his class is getting Mickey ones. I think I have a Mickey waffle maker here. So that, because I know his teacher, his class is like decorated on Mickey Mouse. It's super cute, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse kind of. And she's doing Mickey waffles for everybody, but she and I we just had a conversation a few days ago about it, and she was like, I don't know how to do them egg free, so what do you want me to do? And I was like, I'll make something and send it for him. So I'm gonna make egg-free waffles, but I do need to shape that Mickey Mouse. Anyway, no big deal. What are you gonna do? So that's kind of like my Christmas wrap up, I guess. This was not at all what I was planning to talk about today, but that's where my mind went. So, yeah. So anyway, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time.